The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Are you ready? It's time!
You know, sometimes you just gotta clap it up for yourself. Welcome back to another Sunday episode of Software Explorations, where we're working on Terraform, but with our Terraform work, we have issues with our Elastic Container Service starting up. So we're going to do some manual troubleshooting. You know, shout out to all of those who hang on to manual testing. We're going to do some manual troubleshooting to try to figure it out and then compare it to our Terraform. And then we will see what we can do. All right. If you don't know who I am the host of the show. I am Tech Coach Ralph, where we are engineered to win. So, see, I was waiting for Mitch, but your car already caught it. He's in all black, some serious business today. Let's go. And Ferris is here as well. What's good, Ferris? So, you know what? Before we even do anything else, before we get into housekeeping, anything else, I want to say a big shout out to Ferris. As feisty as he may be at times when he's streaming, you know, he has a little bit of feistiness to him, you know, but he took 8 hours and 15 minutes last night or yesterday, from yesterday afternoon all the way to the nighttime, figuring out how to learn Terraform, and he got it. So shout out to you, Ferris. Shout out to you, Ferris. And Ferris says, so Ferris is getting started. Let's see what's so great about AWS. Well, the one thing that's great about AWS is you can actually log in. All right. Ferris, let's not do this. See, I got the controls today, Ferris. I got the controls today. All right. So anyhow, Adrian Roberson, welcome in. How are you doing?
I appreciate you.
We got Antonio Watkins in the building. Yes, of course. Happy Father's Day to all of the fathers. Thank you guys so much for everything that you do, bringing up the next generation. And, you know, all those who play father figures, whether it's a coach or anything like that, mentors who are helping the youth continue to grow. And, you know, your father doesn't stop once you hit 18 or 21. You have your father throughout your entire life. So shout out to all the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day to everyone. And what else we got? Of course, we got your car in the building. And there goes, all right, you know, I'm just going to pull this one up real quick and say, you know, this.
Oh, wow, Mr. Sarcasm, yeah, I don't care.
Yep, just had to show you what we really think, Mr. Ferris out there. All right. So, you know, sometimes you got to hit those youngins where it hurts, right? Actually logging in. Oh my God. Anyways, let's get through some housekeeping. You see, I get so distracted now, hanging out with these guys. let's get into some housekeeping. And then we'll continue with the show. Got some good topics lined up for today. So let's get into our agenda for today. Let's get to it. So where is my... Boom. So housekeeping, our gratitudes, and our show schedule. So first and foremost, thank you to all of the subscribers. Thank you guys so much for helping the channel grow. It is so fun to make this content and share it with you and figure out new topics and, just learn new things and having you guys along for the journey. So thank you to all the new subscribers, to all the subscribers who've been with me for a very, very long time, to all the moderators who are here day in and day out, keeping the show going, keeping it lively, all that good stuff. Shout out to the usual suspects, Yakar, of course, Ferris, Mitch, everybody, anyone who shows up, you guys, amazing group. And salute to the tech bar. I just came up with this name, right? I just came up as I was getting ready, maybe about an hour ago. I said, you know what? I need a name to bunch everyone together. Because I would say tech barbarians, tech prodigy, tech explorers, the bag chasers, the tech mercenaries. I got a name for everyone, right? This is the group. This is where I'm putting the box I'm putting everyone in, right? The tech. Salute to the tech savages. That's the name. You see that I put everyone together. The people who rock with me, we are the tech savages. So that goes for the tech mercenaries, who are the YouTube members, the tech barbarians, the tech prodigy, the tech explorers, who are the Patreon members, the bag chasers. Shout out to the bag chasers. So everyone, I put you all in. You guys are the tech savages because we play to win. We play for keeps. All right. So shout out to the tech savages out there. Let's get it. There is no turning back.
Let's get it.
All right. So show schedule. Let's run through this really, really quick. All right. We have Saturday mornings. We had such an amazing show yesterday. It's hard to go through it so quick because we have so much fun on these shows. We had such an amazing show yesterday, right? Going over the consumer price index, the producer price index, the job stuff. It was so good that we didn't even get to one of them. And we have to roll that over, right? So, and it was hard. It was hard to keep going because Mitch had no internet, so he was standing outside with an antenna. It was very painful for me not having Mitch right there active in the chat because of his his dial-up internet. So, but yesterday we had so much fun on the Men Lie, Women Lie, Numbers Manipulate. That's where we review the weekly economic numbers about jobs, about how customers feel, how producers feel, all that good stuff. Week to week, Saturday in, Saturday out. We don't miss. We get that started at 9:15 a.m. Then we have our morning shows Mondays and Wednesdays, 7:30 a.m. We get started. We review some news stories, and then we work on our mobile app development. We're still working on pushing the app through the App Store. I have another shout out to give because I'll do it after we get through the show schedules, but a big shout out. I'll let you know in a little bit, all right? So that is our morning shows. Sunday afternoons. Today, software explorations. We are working our way through Terraform. I started looking into what we're going to get into next. We're going to be working on DevOps. I started looking at the class schedule to see what we can do with that. So much good stuff coming up. And then we have on Tuesday nights, we have our Q&A where you can come and ask questions. I find questions. If you want to call in, you could do that. And we just have it's just very interactive, going back and forth with the chat, answering questions, getting your perspective, all of that good stuff, right? And then Thursday nights, we have software explorations. Last week, we were working on Swagger. As your car likes to say, no one on the corner generates Swagger documentation like us, right? Last week was part 2. This week, we're going to do part 3, going to continue with it, try to get it to work, all that good stuff, right? So that is our live show schedule. And then we move on to our pre-recorded content. We have Monday's Candid Conversations. This past Monday, last week, I spoke about what I wish I knew about, 25-ish years ago when I was going middle school to high school to college, what I wish I knew before going to college. This week, we're going to talk about a topic that I've spoken about quite a few times. But I expanded it a bit, and we always need that reminder, right? But the topic is nobody owes you anything, and why I believe that you have to work on yourself first. You have to be an individual before you can contribute to the group. I'll break it down tomorrow. Tune in for Candid Conversations. Wednesdays, we have software explorations. Last week, we spoke about test-driven development. This week, courtesy of Mr. Ferris in the chat, we're going to be breaking down what exactly is DevSecOps. I'm not the most familiar with it, but we're going to do a software exploration on it, figuring it out, breaking it down, getting a little introduction to it. Because maybe that's a role that you might be interested in going in. Who knows? Who knows? We shall see. And then the last show of the week that we premiere is the Bug Bite. Last week, we spoke about Google deleting a $135 billion pension fund account. They call it an annuation fund over in Australia. This week, we're going to be talking about the Snowflake breach and how that affected many other customers. And for your car, I have a surprise on that video for you. And then throughout the week, we release additional clips from different live streams. Last week, I sampled it out with releasing clips from the Swagger implementation. I'm going to try to continue doing that this week, as well as our clips from the Q&A show, which reminds me, we have to actually review a clip from the Q&A show because it got some interesting comments that we're going to be reviewing during our breaks. So I'll see at what point we can watch the video together. Maybe we'll watch it on 2X, and we can watch it together because these videos, when they come out, I created them months ago. And then I'll get these comments because I'm not really the one editing them anymore. I might see what the question was, and I make a description and a thumbnail and stuff like that. But I'm not really actively paying because I started months ago. I'm not the one creating the clips. And then I get these comments about what I said months ago. I'm like, what did I say? So I'm like, oh, let me go see. Do I still agree with what I said? And then I see the comments and see people going dissenting views. So so that is our pre-recorded content as well. All right. So that is that. We are going to check the chat, and then we're going to get into our icebreaker. I want to talk. So I got an article from Medium, and it was talking about a resume that got me. When I say me, the person who wrote the article, hired. And I wanted to read that with you to see, would that are the people who are looking for positions now, are they in the same position as this person's resume when they got hired? So we're going to check that out, but let's check the chat really, really quick and see what we have going on. All right. So let's get that off and let's see. So Ferris says, thanks for the shout out. Next step is to make it more efficient and not take 8 hours. But Ferris, in all fairness to you, that was your very first time using Terraform, and you were actually able to, I think, because I was in and out. I think you were able to get a simple HTML web page to come up after you're all said and done. So that is an amazing, amazing accomplishment. All right. And your car follows up, says, the good thing about AWS is it actually works. Mm-hmm. However, if Microsoft Azure reaches out to me and they want to sponsor the show, I will also say that Microsoft Azure is the best one in the world as well, because I play for keeps. All right. I'm just saying. All right. Let's see. So happy EID to those that celebrate too. Happy EID to those that celebrate. And Ferris says, well, let me learn on this stream. Need to get on Terraform stuff more. So this stream might be a little bit going back and forth between Terraform, because I need to figure out this ECS stuff first, because for some reason it's not starting up the way that I want to start it up, or it's not starting up at all. So gonna do some troubleshooting. And your car says the tech super. Oh, that's so bright and joyful and stuff like that. We need to be we need to be like ruthless. We need to be savages, your car. I get it, but we need to be some savages out here because we don't miss. You know, it's like, did you see? All right, that's what I guess, right? I see Clark Kent, Superman, as a superhero. He's like, oh, you know, he's wearing red and blue, and he's like all posing and all happy with the slick hair and everything. And then I see Batman, who lives in a bat cave, and he's a savage. You know, to me, Batman is a savage. 0 F's given. He's like, we are going to win. You know, I'm just saying. Your car says the tech ninjas. I don't know. I like the tech savvy. I don't know. Yeah, we didn't get to Michigan yesterday, unfortunately, but we are going to. We're going to get back to that. That's going to be our first topic next Saturday. Your car says, Mitch, where you at? I told you to switch to AT&T DSL and get those 2 phone lines so your family can talk on the phone while you on the dial-up. Ooh. And Mitch is here. He says, take off the blazer, loosen up the tie. Superman is alive. You know how we get down. You know how we get down. And Mitch says, Tech Savage is cool, but like Bobby Brown, I need to be solo. Okay. Hey, if that's the case, Mitch, you're going to love the candid conversation that I got coming out tomorrow. It's all about rolling solo dolo. Yeah, you remember that saying? Rolling solo dolo? There we go. Ooh, okay. Shots fired. It says, see, Mitch is like Beetlejuice, not the Beetlejuice in Chicago. You have to say his name 3 times, and then he pops up like clockwork.
Bruh.
Mitch just said, Coach Rob is hilarious. This guy is in all black. He must love my black hoodie, black sneakers, black Scully, black everything. Sometimes you gotta do that. Because you know, sometimes you just gotta do that. And Chris says, you already do DevSecOps. You just don't do the security part all the time. You know, but I want to break it down to get a comprehensive understanding of it. I said that too when he was in black. I said he means business. I stand on business. All right, I'm standing on business. And it says, you and Ralph need to practice your lines and see if there's sufficient enough to come at Mitch, because per usual, your jokes are trash. And Mitch also says, Happy Father's Day to everyone. Happy Father's Day to you, Mitch. Happy Father's Day to you. Ralph wants to be Mitch. It's all good. See, take it as a compliment, right? Take it as a compliment. And let's see. Bear says, for anyone in the chat, is Python web development viable? I can't find a good example website that doesn't look like 1990. It is viable. It's I don't know how to answer that question. Like, is it viable? They have like, you can use React on it. You can build whatever you want. I don't know. You answer this question, because I don't know how to answer this question. Like, what does it mean? Because web development has nothing to do with the backend code. It's like how you actually, like, it's all about your UI UX. You can use APIs, you can use React, you can use whatever. Like, it just depends on your framework. Children, I tell you, we will save the world from itself, from our Justice League watchtower. Okay. We work remotely. We do work remotely. The Justice League is on call. We don't come into the office unless we have to. That's a fact. Let's see. And I saw the clip the other day. You didn't have to use my question. Hey, and you know what? We're gonna watch it again on stream, because I need to see what I said, and then we're gonna talk about it in the breaks, right? And let's see. Anything else? Ferris says, I do DevSecOps too, just without the dev fire. That's hilarious. All right. I suppose viable for front end, viable. Yes, yes. Because the thing is, like, whatever design you put on it, that has nothing to do with maybe. It's all about the design. It's if it's an old design, I mean, but yeah, it's because I was actually working on something with Don last year, like November-ish. And it's all about the design. Like you can throw on any template and stuff like that, but it just depends on what the goals are. But using Python with like fast API and stuff like that, it is really, really good. Honestly, I would rather use Python than use Node. If it was up to me, I'd be using Python instead of Node because it's easy to maneuver. And if you're going to be doing data and stuff, like you can integrate PyPlot libs and stuff like that into a NumPy, and then have that feed to you can have that feed into like your front end as well. So don't sleep on Python. Don't sleep on Python. It all depends on what the use case is. It depends on the use case. That's how I see it, right? Anyways, let's see. All right. So let's stop right here for a second, and let's get to the article that we want to review real quick. The resume that got this person a $300,000 job at Google, right? So let's switch over to this article. And let me fix this thing too. One more. All right, cool. There we go. So, all right. So this article is the resume that got a software engineer at $300,000 job at Google, written by Alexander Guyon. I'm not good at names. All right. So it says one page, well formatted. All right. So this person works at, either they work at or they used to work at Microsoft. I don't know how old this resume is, but it says, all right, they developed permission management on dashboards and reports for all users on Power BI, integrated easy sharing to share reports, implemented report data snapshots to share reports, views. Looks like they would work with type of stuff that Mitch does, or type of stuff that Mitch uses. Led user experience decision making for date parsing and easy sharing error message. Maintain consistent permission handling regarding folder roles, individual roles, organization roles. And then at Amazon, they developed Amazon checkout and payment services to handle traffic of 10 million daily global transactions. That's pretty awesome. Integrated iframes for credit cards and bank accounts to secure 80% of consumer traffic and prevent CSRF, cross-site scripting and cookie jacking. Very cool stuff. Led your transaction implementation for JavaScript front-end framework to showcase consumer transactions and reduce call center costs by $25 million, right? Pretty cool. We covered Saudi Arabia checkout failure impacting 4,000 customers due to incorrect GET from redirection, all right? So, and then projects, a ninjaprep.io platform to offer coding problem practice with built-in code editor and written plus video solutions in React. Very cool. Utilize Nginx to reverse proxy IP address on DigitalOcean host. Developed using styled components for 95% CSS to ensure proper CSS scoping. Implemented Docker with seccom to safely run user-submitted code with 2.2 second runtime, with less than 2.2 second runtime. A heat map. Visualize Google Takeout location data to location history using Google Map API and Google Map heat map. Then a scheduler with Java. So they have React, they have JavaScript, they have Java here. Skills, Java, C++, Angular, React, Redux, JUnit, Mocha, Jest, Jasmine, Swift, Scala, Agile, Nginx, CI/CD. And education is New York University. They graduated 2009 with a bachelor's in computer science, right? So we see this resume and it is it's pretty stacked, you know. They graduated in 2019 and they worked at Amazon, then they worked at Microsoft. which led them to Google to get $300,000 job. All right. But let's read this real quick. So, introduction. My name is Alex, and I previously worked as a software engineer at Amazon and Microsoft before joining Google. Above is the resume I used to apply at Google and landing an exciting $300,000 job offer. It's the resume I like to share working with candidates who are applying for software engineering roles. But before digging into the resume strategies that work for me, let's first talk about the elephant in the room. Dude, you worked at Amazon and Microsoft. Yes, I do have those experiences on my resume, but before Microsoft, I just had Amazon. Before Amazon, it was just an empty resume with some side projects. The experience helps, but nobody starts off having experience, which is the problem that a lot of people currently have, right? For anyone starting off, the only way to stand out is by having a clean cut resume. Having experience helps, but knowing how to present and convey that experience is even better. Yes, I agree with that. You must have had referrals, internal connections, or cheating. See, why do people always have to accuse people of cheating? Like, I don't know. Okay. Anyways, it is true that referrals help when applying to any company, but when applying to a really large tech company, referrals are so often that they are treated exactly the same as a cold application. I didn't even have a referral, just an application. If it's hard to believe, understand that around 40% of all jobs are found through referrals. That means 60% are found without one. I didn't know that, but that's interesting to hear. Cold application works. It's just about how to make them work. When you cold apply, all you get to cold apply is with your resume, which I tell you guys all the time. You guys want to fight for networking and stuff like that. I'm like, hey, your resume is super, super important. So let's go through Alex's 9 ways to improve your resume, right? So to anyone who's been struggling, here are 9 most common mistakes I learned writing my resume after countless rejections and interviewing engineer candidates, right? So don't repeat yourself. If you have a bullet on coding in Java, don't write 4 more bullets on that. Save that room for more important details about yourself. I like that so far. So far. Talk about people. My Google manager always reminded me that he offered me a role because of my experience working with product managers and UX designers. Mention your experience working with cross-functional teammates. That is a good point as well. How do you work with other people? How do you communicate? All that stuff is very important. Talk about impact. The impact is why the bullet matters. If you can clearly explain why the impact of your work matters, then it shows you can see the bigger picture that everything you do is for the end user. I think I've said that as well. Talk about the impact that you have in the role. What is the value that you're going to be bringing to that company? And what is the value that you brought to previous companies, right? Please format it. If the resume is painful to look at, whoever looks at it will just move on to the next one. It doesn't matter how much experience you have if it's not inviting to the reader. So make it easy for them and use single bullet points with relaxed margins. Experience is greater than completion. So it's 100% okay to put unfinished projects or work on your resume. It's more important that the candidate knows the material and not whether it is actually done. Leading a project halfway still counts as leading a project. Okay. Use recognizable words. Is it really unethical to put software engineer instead of software development engineer for my Amazon experience? The job responsibilities are exactly the same. Don't complicate things using company exclusive titles that nobody else uses, like front end UX software engineer 1. That's a fact. That is a fact. Speak engineering. Okay. Give the impression that you're a software engineer by including more engineering vocabulary. Talk about unit tests, deployments, version control, Jira tickets, latency, databases, API calls, distributed systems. Very good. The more you sprinkle engineering vocabulary, the easier it is to trust the candidate is a software engineer. Keep it simple. A resume is meant to be read quickly. Simple things are read quickly to make it simple. The resume actually becomes less impressive the more cluttered it gets. Important experience is greater than every experience. Everyone has tons of things they could write on their resume, but that doesn't mean they should. Write these things that stand out the most for those roles you're applying for. There just isn't enough room for one page for everything. So, for me, I don't mind having my resume a little bit longer, especially with like how like they get filtered out anyways. But I mean, if you can fill like, and plus, I'm gonna add this, right? This person, their resume, like they graduated in 2019. They've only had 3 jobs. I've been working since 2000. I've worked since like 2000, to be honest. But in tech since like 2005ish, and like all the education, all the relevant education, all the relevant experience can't fit in one page. So my resume is a little bit longer, but I understand like, but do be concise and put in the valuable information on your resume. For me, I just have a lot of valuable information. So that's that. So closing thoughts. Getting an interview is just a numbers game with the formula resume quality times applications equals total interviews. If you're applying with a blank piece of paper, you shouldn't be surprised to get 0 responses. If you're applying with an amazing interview, you'll find yourself having too many interviews to go through. Invest in the quality of your resume before praying and spraying applications. The pray and spray approach does not work, all right? Before you leave, did you know the clap counter goes up to 50? I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyways, so that is that article. Very, very, I agree with like 99% of what he said in there. Very good stuff. All right, let's get back to the chat before we get into our first, before we start into our first segment. So Ferris had said that already made a post for the project I did yesterday. Get me some recruiters. He did. I saw it on LinkedIn this morning. So UI UX is technically not programming. No. So the way the flow of operations, right? So you'd have the UI UX person come up with like the layout, like the Figma, whatever that needs to be built. They're going to pass it to the front end developers, and they're going to take those PSDs, those mockups, and everything, and turn that into the web application, and that's the front end part of it. And then it could either be the same developer if they're full stack, or it can be like the backend developers who are creating like the APIs and stuff like that for the front end to connect to the back end. But the UI UX person is creating the user experience, the layout, how it's going to look, passes it on to the developers, and developers actually code it up to look that way. All right. Where is it? Oh yeah, templates, forgot about that. Then I'll stick to Python and use templates for the front end. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. And let's see. So your car says if you use it on the front end, it's going to compile slower than Node. That's also a good possibility as well. UI UX is about objects versus being about data. Yep. Let's see. So we got my guy in the building, the wealth building journey. What's going on with you? What is going on with you? The wealth building journey. Let's see. What else do we got? That is hilarious. That what did the wealth building journey do? What did he do? Oh my god. Oh, efficiency. Hey, the wealth building journey is very, very efficient. All right. That is true. Very, very efficient. All right. Just one and done. All right. He's like he's doing a walk off home run. All right. Walk off home run. Let's see what we do. What we got. Let's see. Your car says, I just remember Azure Interactive wasn't even working. That was horrible. Oh, why we got to bring up the past? Let's not bring up the past. And so about the resume, Ferris says, what I learned about resume is if you have a Fortune 500 or Ivy League school on there, better odds. Recruiters don't actually read the content. They got 7 seconds. Here's a funny experiment. And he posts a link to a YouTube video. So if anybody wants to go watch it after the show, go and check it out. Let's see. Quick 9-minute video. Let's see. The way that Mitch and Ralph became cool is we debated about resumes versus networking. That was the first interaction. Yep. I went over into the networking den, and I said that having a good resume is what you need. And they were like, networking. And I was like, you can be as great of a networker as you want, but if you can't do the job and if the resume doesn't relay that, then it's gonna be lights out. Lights out. All right. Let's see. Barry said, if I wasn't broke, maybe I would use AWS Bougie Cloud as a service. I keep my AWS bill about $50 a month. And that's only because I have the infrastructure up 24/7 for the app for the Tech Barbarians, right? Let's see. And the World Building Journey says, I caught the tail end of Techo Drop's comment on Python 3. Very useful depending on the use case. So I was saying that you can build like, because Ferris was asking that, or are you talking about yesterday when I think it was AppStars who asked Python 2 versus Python 3? Definitely Python 3 in that case, because it's just newer and there's so much more you can do with it. But Ferris was asking earlier about, is it viable to do a website with Python? I was like, yeah, it's viable. It might, like, Node is probably better overall for that type of work, but it's definitely possible depending on the type of work that you're trying to do. Let's see. Let's see. Where are we at? So the Wealth Building Journey says, crazy part for the stock graph tracker, Excel also has some stock related functions as well. Yep. So, like trying to figure out like how to make it all work. I know that we could do it with Python, but just got to figure it out. Let's see. Might be easier to accomplish than it even initially seemed. Yep, we just gotta map it out end to end, see what we're gonna do. Use recognizable words. This is a shot at the gatekeepers. Let's see. Not me saying air cracking in an interview. Let's see. And truth is, Tech Coach Ralph is your greatest resume. Your greatest resume is your YouTube channel. We play for keeps over here, right? We put in the work day in and day out. All right. So let's see what else we got. Biggest advice is to avoid job boards. Apply for the job directly. That could work. Yep. Let's see. Clap counter must be a Medium article. It's about engagement feature for people who like the article. Helps to rate and rank the author. All right. I don't use Medium much. And let's see. Oh, the other day. Oh, wow. We can't do Mitch like that. We can't let Mitch hang. Wealth Building Journey. Thank you so much for recognizing Mitch in the building. All right. All I'm saying, your car, we got to be careful because I don't want to see Mitch is going live, his first stream ever, talking about the Wealth Building Journey. Didn't acknowledge him when he came into the stream, and he's never going to talk to the Wealth Building Journey again, and he's never going to show up here anymore. And I don't want to see it happen. I just don't want to see it happen. So, Wealth Building Journey, make sure you always say hi to Mitch. All right, make sure. Oh my goodness. All right. So, all right, let's get to work. Right. So I am going to put up our first 20-minute timer up.
It's time to do.
And you know what? I need let's see if this is gonna work. Because I forgot my water. But let's see if anybody's monitoring their phone. Let's see if I can get my water without having to go and get it. All right, let's see what happens. Mitch is a very, very clean young man. All right. So we are at here. We're going to go through the step-by-step guide for launching the containers on Amazon ECS. I've done it before, but I don't memorize how to do it. So we're going to go through this because we need to do this so that we can troubleshoot. We need to troubleshoot, right? Because I think the Terraform is right, but apparently something isn't working together. So we're going to go here. We have our AWS account with sufficient privileges to create ECS resources, basic familiarity with Docker, and container concepts. All right. So internet, application load balancer, VPC, yada, yada, yada. So I have a feeling because to do the whole Terraform thing is going to take forever. I just want to see if I can start the app without like load balancers or anything like that, right? And if we're able to do that, then we know the issue is lying around the load balancer area. So let's get to it. All right, so log into your AWS and navigate to ECS. I'm already logged in. See, $47 a month, Ferris. And that's because I'm not using the free stuff. So let's go to Elastic Container Service. Let's see if I can put these side by side. All right, so we are here and click on create to create a cluster. And we're going to go to, it's a little smaller. And let's call this manual cluster. And we're going to be using Fargate. Let's turn this on. Let's go to Fargate under task definition. We haven't even got there yet, so we're going to click on create. Oh, we're still over here. All right, create. And
I appreciate you.
welcome, Samuel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the show. So right now the cluster is created. So once the cluster is done, we're going to do create our task definition. See, the problem though is that trying to recreate this whole thing like one by one, like trying to recreate the Terraform is like almost impossible because there's so much configuration within the Terraform. Trying to create and that's why Terraform is the GOAT, because if you have to create this whole configuration, it will take you like the whole 3 hours, right? But being that we have it all coded up, we can bring it up, bring it down in like a matter of minutes, right? So we have this, open this up. We're gonna go to, we already have our, let me see, task definition. Let's see, we have 2 task definitions. Let me see what this task definition is. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I have to say, Yakar, that is hilarious. Shout out to Yakar. Shout out to Yakar, always supporting.
I appreciate you.
But that is pretty hilarious, Yakar. Yakar, you know what I mean. But that is pretty hilarious. Oh my goodness. But shout out to Yakar, guys. Shout out to Yakar. Always supporting. All right. So we have our task, but let's just create a new task definition. Let's create a new task definition. All right. So let's go here, create a new task definition. Let's go step by step. So add a container to define the container you want to run. Let's say PPQ. Let's see. Mhm. Let's see. So we got this. We got that task role. Let's go with this one, I guess. And container. So this is our infrastructure. And now let's go to. All right. So let's call this. And if we go here, can I find? All right. Let me get it from. I guess I'll get it from over here. Not that I've seen. The wealth building journey. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's go with this one. Let's try the latest because last time the latest wasn't working. Or maybe we should, maybe we shouldn't try the latest. Maybe we should just, well, that's whatever. We can always change it afterwards. So let's go here and go here, paste that. What that means. Let's see. App protocol. So this would be, so let's keep reading. All right. Click add to the container definition to your task. You can add multiple containers to a single task definition if your application requires more than one container. All right. Hmm. Interesting. If it requires more than one container. I don't know. That's it might actually. Huh. Gotta think about that. I gotta think about that because I'm wondering. So let's do this. Let's go back to the one that we have working, right? Let's go to let me just pull it up from the other thing. I'm going into the Terraform code to get the working ECR. Or yeah. Because now I'm thinking about something else that made something else not work, but that's not important right now. Let's go with this one. Let's go with this one. Let's copy that URL. All right. And review your task definition setting and click on the create to register with ECS. So this should be port 3000, I believe. And I think everything, environment variable. So let's do, let me get my environment variable. All right. Anything else? All right. So, let's see. Let's create. All right, so now we got the task created. So register a task definition. So after creating task definition, it will appear in the task definitions. All right. Okay, right here. Click on the checkbox next to the task definition you just created. From actions, I don't see actions. Choose register new revision. Don't see that. If I, oh, okay, here. All right, I think it's already registered. So create a service. So now let's go to service. Under the create it. So on the ECS dashboard, why don't I see service? Let me see. Okay, service. So create under service. Okay, under services section. And we are going to do click create under service. All right, so we're going to see choose launch type compatibility based on your cluster. Launch type Fargate latest. And we're going to say in the configure service page, provide a service name. And all right, so we're going to say here, okay, service name, PBQ man service. Let's see here. Specify the number of tasks you want to run. Just one for now. This can be the desired count, minimum or maximum. Option, you can set up a load balancer to expose your containers publicly and distribute the traffic. I guess we could set up a load balancer. Application load balancing. Load balance name. All right. Let's see what else we got. Okay. So they say that's all you got to do. So let's find out. Let's find out. I wonder if you could use a Docker Compose file with ECS. While this is doing its thing, let me do use Docker Compose with ECS. Because I would like to use Docker Compose for ECS. Let's see. That's hilarious. It's true. It's true. I'm like, oh, what is that? Let's see. So this is being compiled. Let me see. Let me keep looking at this while we're waiting. Best way to deploy Docker Compose to AWS ECS. This is a Reddit. I love traffic. Let's see. Still not done yet. Can I use Docker Compose to deploy to ECS? I would like to do that. I have to look into that more to see if that's possible. I'm not sure if that's possible or not. Let's see, is this thing done yet? Not yet. Well, while we were waiting for that to happen, I'm going to get my water because they did not see my text message. So I shall be right back. Right back. I'm pulling a Ferris. I'm not on screen. I'm talking, but I'm not on screen. I'm pulling a Ferris. All right. Well, I'm back. I'm back. And I got. See, Mitch, you never said black cup, right? Black hoodie, black hat, black shoes, black cup. All right. You know how we do. You know how we do. So let's see. Is this thing done yet? Let me see. Viewing cloud formation. Maybe we can expand this back now. Create. Oh my God, this takes forever. All right. You gotta have proof, Ferris. You have to have you have to have proof your car. Proof. You have no proof of that. All right. I was streaming at that time, all right? I was streaming at that time. All right. So let's go here. Cloud formation. Let's see here. Creation in progress. Events. Port 21. Let's see. I wonder if this newest one didn't work. I'm going to try to deploy this newest one later to see why, to see what the error is as well. Because if I have the CloudWatch on, that'll be helpful. I also need to get logs though. Let's see. Create in progress. Load balancer, listener, ECS service. This is almost done. So it creates the order that it creates is the. Can we get more on this page? Let me see.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
Let's see. All right. While that is doing its thing, we're gonna go to break, and then we'll figure it. Like we'll take a look at it once it's done. Let's go to full screen, and let me see what we got going on in here. What's going on in her? Let's see. And let me get this video up as well because I want us to watch. Let's have a watch party real quick, right? Because I be saying stuff and then people get mad at what I said. And I'm like, I don't even know what I said. Like, why you mad? Why you mad, bro? Why you mad, bro? So let's go to, how do I find this video? Go here. Let's go to, got another comment on that? Dang. I got more comments. Let's see. Let's go to this video. Mitch, your video is gonna be really, really popular. I'll tell you that. Because I'm getting comments on it left and right. Let's go here. Let's go to. All right, let's watch this video. Let's watch this video, and then I'm gonna put it on 2x, right? Because I can't hear myself talk on 1x. So let's go and watch together during our break, right? Let me put the mic on. Oops. I'll put it at 1.75. 2x might be a little too fast. Let's see. Where do I get the audio? There we go. So let's go ahead and watch this together. Let me put it on 1 point. All right, let's watch. Let's watch. Start from the beginning. Unmute system audio. Let me mute myself.
Another one.
Let me ask, is the real reason boot camps are bad because people aren't actually studying, especially the technical boot camps, data, cloud, software engineering, etc. So I think you're right. You know, that's part of it. But I also think that I just don't think they adequately prepare people to work, right? From what I see with boot camps, and it's kind of in the name of a boot, like in the boot camp, it's like here's information that you need, boom, right? Even like online courses, like on Udemy, right? I've experienced it myself where, like when I was learning Python, they give you exactly about Python, and they say, oh, you can go get a job now that you know this, but you can't. Why can't you? Because you never you haven't done anything real in Python. They give you some projects and stuff like that, but you know, and those like don't really mean much. But you get to learn Python. And the same way in the boot camps, like they'll give you the knowledge you need to do, for example, to do QA, right? Or to be a software engineer, where you're writing in Node, you're writing in like React and stuff like that. However, you don't know anything about agile methodology, right? You don't know anything about Jira. You don't know anything about sprints, stand-ups, all of that. You don't know anything about GitHub. Like, if you know how many people I come across, I'm like, they have a GitHub, but it's like, okay, I need you to, like, let's say open up a pull request, or you need to clone the repo, do this and do that, and it's like, how do I do that? And I'm like, you're not prepared, you know? And that's why, like I was saying earlier, like when some people say, oh, take a chance on me, take a chance on me, take a chance on me, and it's like, we have to take a chance on you to like almost babysit you, you know? And they put the clock up. Anyways, we wrap it up. Okay, so yeah, so it's like part of it is like some people they don't do the work. Some people like they need extra help, they need extra mentorship, which they might not be able to get from the boot camp. Although like you're supposed to be assigned to someone in most, like someone should be assigned to you in most boot camps. But I also think that like you're not prepared adequately as well, because like you read the feedback I read on Socks U is like, I thought I knew I thought I knew something, right? But then like once I actually got into like doing these challenges that you put together, it's like, oh, I'm not too sure about it. Like I need some additional help, which it's like a lot of even with my coaching, right? A lot of times people say, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to be the best here, I want to be the best there. Oh, I want this role, I want this role, and I'm like, all right, well, here's the work that we're gonna have to do, and then shortly thereafter, either they disappear or it's like, oh, they switch roles, they go jump on another thing in the boot camp where they're probably gonna end up in the same spot. So it's there's so many different factors about it. Like, you know, a lot of it is your self work, but like we were saying earlier, the things that you don't know, right? So it's how do you know you're supposed to learn about Jira? How do you know you should learn about Agile, right? Like I forgot, oh, we have stand-ups and stuff like that, but like they're not real stand-ups. It's like people are just and then like the internships that they give you, they're not real internships. Like, to me, the best experience that you can get is going out there and building something, right? That's like you have to do something. You have to put yourself in the scenario, in the position of what it's going to be like on the job. And that's why I tell people, like, you should work your daily life in an agile environment, right? And we are going to be having, like, I just released a video on the Patreon about that, on how to, like, the tools that you need to start applying agile, as well as we're going to have a live stream about it in the Patreon about how to how to actually set it up, how to actually implement it. All right. So it's so many different factors that like they make you think that, oh, you take this boot camp and then like in 6 to 12 months you're going to be you're going to be making like
Fair
6 figures and
use,
stuff
fair
like that.
use.
And then like, you start applying, and you start to get discouraged because you can't really find what you thought you were supposed to get, right? And I hate seeing it because I don't like to see people spend a bunch of money and then like they get stuck. It makes me feel a little bad, just un poquito, right? So I don't know. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. Let's see. So, and Sharon said, nope, they don't prepare you to work. Yeah, I don't think they prepare you to work. I think like Udemy courses, boot camps, they're very useful at giving you the knowledge you need to do the actual core of the job, right? But to actually work in an environment where you're working with other people, working with a team, I don't believe that they really prepare you for that. And Mitch said, to your point, I agree. Instead of job hopping, people are title hopping while trying to. Yeah, there's that too. I see people like, oh, they go from QA, they go from QA to software engineer to sales development or sales engineering and stuff like that. And it's like you need to like choose something and then develop those skills and find a real mentor who's in the field and stuff like that. And that's another one of the reasons that I like to hang out with Socks and with Don, because Don's been in QA for so long now, like probably 20 years now. Very, very smart guy, and always coming up with new ideas. And so I said, hey, go try out Chaos Camp to see what he has on his mind, right? Socks been in cybersecurity for so long, and like when I'm looking at the Discord, like someone has a problem, and he's like, hey, let's do a screen share. Let me help you out with this. Let's see what's going on. Let's get it to work. And like that type of mentorship, like it's I've never been to a boot camp. I don't really know what goes on in the boot camps, but I don't think that you really get that experience. There have been, I've heard a saying before. I don't know how true it is, but I'm not gonna say it. Never mind. Let's scratch that from the record. Scratch that from the record. All right. So that's what I was thinking. All right. So let's wrap that one up. Another great question by Mitch. All right. So let's do. All right. So that was the video that was released on Friday about. I mean, I'm a little petty sometimes. I said this was the screen or the thumbnail of the video. It was definitely inspired by Mitch. The real reason tech boot camps are trash, but listening back to it, I still agree 150% what I said originally. And that was months ago. Right? And so I wanted to share one of the comments that I had on that video, and I will read it to you now. So the very first comment that I had on the video, well, not the very first comment, but the first comment that I have to read today, not that one. We have, where is that? This one. So it says, everything you're saying is spot on. The preparation for real world experience and to survive in the job market without being mentored by other seasoned staff, but yet getting paid the same salary is not fair. And I can see why they are skeptical with taking a chance on people with boot camp credentials. Like I said, the problem is that you don't get prepared for the real world. You get very, very targeted information where you can write a Python thing. You can create a Node app. But what about, how do you work with developers? How do you pair on a story? How do you approve a pull request? How do you merge a branch? How to use Git? All that type of stuff. From what I've seen, and especially I think those things are just as equally important for QA engineers as they are for software engineers. And I don't see them being prepared for that. So that's why I'm like, they don't prepare you. And the only reason that I say they don't work, or they're quote unquote trash in the words of Mitch, is that the way that they market it to you. That's it. It's the marketing behind it that makes it that way, because at that point it's false marketing, saying all you have to do is to do this, and then you're going to get a job where you're going to be making $100,000 a year, especially for QA. right? Especially for QA. I see a lot of those for QA. Like, oh, you can do automation within 6 months. And I'm like, man, I've been doing this for about 12 years automation, 15 years for QA. And it's not like oh, you just especially if you don't have like it. Ferris might get on me for ageism here, right? But it is what it is. If you're right out of college, it's going to be a lot easier for you to get that entry level position than if you are a lot older trying to compete with the entry level people. And the entry level people, they're able to take a lot less of a salary and build their career up. While for you, whatever you've been doing, it might have been that you're making so much money. Like I know someone somewhat personally who wanted to go into tech, but they were in their field for so long, making $100,000 a year, but they're like, I'm at my ceiling, I can't go anymore. If they were to transition to tech, they could have a much bigger ceiling, but the pay cut for them to transition to tech just didn't make sense. So not being properly prepared and being marketed to that, oh, you will be able to do it. And then when you go to apply, because I've seen so many people apply, 8 months after a boot camp, 10 months, a year and a half. Still not one interview. Anyways, so that is the first comment that I wanted to read. We'll read the second comment after our next break. I am so backed up in the chat. Oh my goodness. Let me see what's going on in here. So, Car says, when it's Tech Coach Ralph, I feel like we're just at the crib, chilling, working on some random tasks. It's not even work at that point. About like back in around like 2007, 2008, me and a friend of mine, right? He works at a major media company now, doing like their DevOps and QA stuff. We had got laid off around the same. We got laid off at the same time, and we were just like working. Like he would come over to my house, and he would have his computer, I have my computer, and we're just like working on like creating those custom MySpace pages and stuff like that. Working on like troubleshooting. How like we built some crazy stuff back in the day. Like your car. I have to tell you this story offline, because the stuff that we did back in the days. Oh my god! Like we were some hustlers back then. We were some hustlers, right? Anyways, let's see what else we got. So you guys said when Ralph looks into the sky, I know he's deep diving into his thoughts. Let's see what else we got. And the World Building Journey says, I just realized I didn't say Happy Father's Day earlier. Thank you so much. Happy Father's Day to you as well. I don't know who has kids, but I'm just wishing everybody Happy Father's Day. Let's see. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I skipped a lot of that back and forth, but I see this. Why we gotta be trash? See, you hostile while we chilling. Yo, your car, you know what? Mitch is the guy, right? He's the guy on the basketball court. We're just, having a casual game, and he's like he's at 100. He's on 10, right? He's like, oh, that was a foul. Oh no, I didn't foul you. I'm not giving you the ball. We're just like, just give him the ball. Let's keep going. It's like we're just chilling. Like, no. And then he wants to take the ball. I remember when I was like in high school, or not high school. It might have been middle school. Yeah, I think it was middle school. And somebody would get mad. The basketball court was like in this caged area, and they would get mad and they just kick the ball over the fence, across the baseball field, because I'm like, man, we can't be like that. We got some anger issues, man. Let's see what else we got. It says, y'all would be like that, like this. Like y'all would be like this. Even Mitch, why he not talking? I don't even know what that said. Mitch, are you sure you don't drink, Mitch? Are you sure you don't drink? That don't make no sense, right? That don't make no sense. Let's see. Let me see where we going. So, Yakar said, I'm convinced Ralph just robbed a Wendy's with an alligator. See, I forgot what I was listening to yesterday. But I was watching some clips from the YSL trial, and they were talking about Lil Woody, and they said, like, he's like, someone said a comment like, I never went to jail. I was taken to jail. I'm like, he would split the difference between the two. See, so your car, you like, it was a if it did happen, allegedly, it would be with a baby alligator, not just a full. I can't lift a full size alligator. You know, it has to be a baby alligator. Come on, your car. All right, let's see. I just saw an article that Florida is known for fraud and especially like automobile insurance fraud. They are always running these crazy scams down here. It's crazy. Down here is crazy. Ferris says Wendy's granola bars are worth a robbery. What? I didn't even know Wendy's had granola bars. Did the mugshot look like me? It's possible. It is possible. It is possible. I plead a fifth. I plead a fifth. And Techo says always have exactly. Thank you. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. You guys are so. Y'all kept talking about my internet, but Ralph keep buffering. Am I buffering? Let me see. Am I buffering out here in these streets? I should have switched my internet connection. That's probably what I forgot to do. But I have two routers. Let's see what else we got. But if it, let me know. Am I buffering? If I'm buffering, I'll switch. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. They coming at me. Let's see. That's how. I don't know. Sometimes I just be on. You know. I gotta go. I want to go fast. Says, can I put automation on my resume now since I did the Terraform and deployed the AZ resource? I mean, I would say yes, as long as you keep working on it, because my thought is maybe that's not your experience, but my thought is that it takes a little bit of time, like between the application or when you apply with your resume and when they get back to you. So within a week or two's time, you can ramp up a lot. So I would say, like, if you've done something in it, even if it's at like a very beginner level and you're going to keep working on it, I would definitely put it. But if you're going to be going on a hiatus and playing video games for the next month, then maybe it's not worth putting on yet. Let's see. So what else we got? I'm mad because my question was all over the place and misspelled words. Well, maybe you need to download Grammarly, all right? Download Grammarly. And let's see. So what else we got? Let's see. There's an automation cert. Let's see. ISA cap search. What are they saying about the video? So no one mentioned about your typos. So I'll let you know that, right? But one person. So I read the first one already. Let's see. So Mitch said, but all seriously, most not all usually have some type of experience after / while they're taking a boot camp. This is what they don't tell you. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like ITT Tech. I can't believe you remember ITT Tech. That's hilarious. Let's see. Long term is a proper cert. Let's see. So what they do? Are they still trying? Which one are you referring to? The one about being in one industry that were making 100K, they want to switch. So I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. But for that particular position, they're like, I'm just gonna stick with what I'm doing now. Let's see. That's crazy. Even people like you get laid off. So, I mean, so this layoff was in like 2008, at the end of 2008. But like last year, the company that I was at, they just closed down. So I don't know if that's considered as a layoff. If they just say, all right, we're closing down, and there's like everyone is gone. I don't know. Let's see. That that's what you think of me. I don't even know where we're at right now. All right. Let's see. So So there is buffering. All right, give me a second. Hopefully, let me try to switch here. Give me a second here. I did not know there was buffering. Whenever you guys see buffering, just let me know. Let me know. Let's see. Let me see. Let me know if you guys. Let me know if you guys can hear me. All right. I'm not sure. I switched the connection. It should be all right, but I don't know. Let me know. Let's see. Buffering. Yes. Not too bad though. I know how to. I know how to spell chump. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Mitch, gotta use the I told you so. What was wrong? I mean, I never went to ITT Tech, but there were I don't know, they got sued or something like that for don't know what. Is it still, why is it not? Mitch, you never know when you're going to be a feature on the channel, all right? You never know when you're going to be a feature. All right, cool, perfect. Yeah, I just switched connect. So it took some time for it to fully switch over, but we should be all right. Let me know. Let me know. All right, if anything comes up, let me know, and I'll see what else we can do. But we are good. All right, cool. So let's get to our second segment as we continue working through this. So unfortunately, our creation failed. Let's find out why. So, all successful are live. Let's see. So, create failed. The following resources failed. Took long enough to let us know that. Why did it fail? Something with the ECS is so weird. Let's see. The infrastructure was good, but this was not. Is there, let's see, what kind of? I remember seeing this when we were trying to do it with Terraform. But I need some type of logs though. Let me see, output parameters. Change that. We don't need that. Let me see. All successfully provisioned resources are live. View the events tab to remediate any resource errors to continue. Let's see, update. Let me see. Cloud. So looking at cloud. All right, we're looking at cloud formation. Let's go back. Let's look at here. There was an error. So the cluster, we go to the service. 3 failed, 1 completed. 1 running. That's the thing. I can't see it. Like I'm trying to see what exactly the error is, but it's not. I wish I could just see some logs. CV load balancer. I should probably try without the load balancer, to be honest. Let's see. Something's happening over here. What is the load balancer address? Let me see. View load balancer. So this is the load balancer. Default. Go here. Where is my load balancer address? All right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back. We're gonna take a step back. We're going to do another cluster, and we're gonna say ppq man no lb. All right, we're gonna do it without a load balancer because I suspect, based on it giving me the same error. So the error that we saw was circuit breaker was triggered, which that doesn't really tell me much. Is tf log set to error? I'm not even. I'm just doing this manually right now. I'm not even doing it through Terraform, but I'm seeing the same error. So I'm suspecting that this is something with the load balancer. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a third. I'm gonna create a third cluster where we're just going to bypass the entire load balancer. While that's being created, let me take a look at this to see if I even have. See nothing in here. So let's go to clusters. I'm gonna bypass the whole load balancer stuff, and we're gonna do create Fargate. This one, and all right. Let's see here. Let me go to. Let's just do that. I'm not even gonna do. I'm not even gonna do I'm not even gonna do like the load balancing and none of that stuff, right? I just want to get a regular URL. Because if that works, then that leads me to believe something in the load balancing configuration isn't right. So the error that I see is the ECS service failed, error during operation, ECS deployment circuit breaker. But I was trying to find some type of log, which I don't. It's like I don't see where they put the logs for this stuff. Where if I could see like at what point it failed, then I can have a good idea of what the problem is. But trying to find these like, I don't know, maybe CloudWatch or something. But let's see. So there goes the newest one, the latest one. And being that I don't think we're gonna get any additional infrastructure from that one. I thought so. Actually, well, now that you mentioned that, I know it was set correctly for the task. I don't know, like, yeah, it should be. Let me see. So this one. Yeah, right. Let's go to where did I set the ports? Where did I set the ports? Let me see. You set the ports on the cluster or on the service? Let me see. If you have to set the ports on the service, then I probably didn't do it for this one. See, but the thing that always confuses me too is that it says it's running, right? So it's like something is up, but it just can't get to it. Trying to find where I set the ports. Let me see. Okay, so there are some logs. Let me go and check. Let me go and so I got some logs here. This is under the service. So let me go and check this cluster that we just created. And we go to this service, and then we go to the logs. And we got that, which that one is okay. Let's see here. Let's see here. I see this in CloudWatch. That's what I was looking for. So that's what. So they fall under log groups in CloudWatch. All right, cool. But this one I kind of expect. Let me see. So let's go back. All right, so this should be done. Let's go to clusters. So see, this is running, no errors, right? Now I just need to find out what's the URL for this thing. Let's see. So view service. What is the URL for this thing? So this one is running. Never started the timer. Look at that. I never started the timer. What time is it? I'll put up 5 more minutes, and then we will have our next break. Let me see. Where do you find that time? Or is it under clusters? I don't remember where to find the URL for the cluster. Let's see here. Where is the URL for the ECS running service or task? All right, let's see. Done it before. Let's see. No, not that. I know I can't find it. Let's see. From AWS CLI. Task list, get service name. Describe it. What? See, this your task by service name. I remember I did this before. Let me see. All right, let me check. Thought I set the ports, but maybe not on that one. Let me see. Update service. I know I set the ports on something. That's for here. Tags, not volume. Port 8080. Oh, okay. So this is a problem right here. Because I don't know. Let me see. Create new revision. What did I put for 3000 then? I put 3000 on something. Let me see. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. Port name. Container port would be 3000. I have why'd there be a port name? Port protocol TCP. Add port mapping to allow containers. Add port mapping to allow the container to access ports on the host to send or receive traffic. For port name, a default will be, all right, let's just leave that blank then. Container port, all right, cool. So let's go with update. So that was my bad, overlooked that. Create that then. Let's see what we got. All right, so that should have here, and we go to update service. They force new deployment on this one. I'm going to do 2 deployments, right? So let's, because so this is going to do the one on the load balancing one, and then while that's happening, let me kick it off on this one too. All right, so we got 2 deployments going at the same time. Got a 2-for-1 special. Oh, wait a second. Let me see. Let me do this real quick. Update that. Update service. Where is the test? Let me close these out. Task definition. Where did it go? All right, so that's pending. Stop this task. And here, task. Sorry, 23 seconds ago. Cool. All right, let's go to break. And let's see what we've got over here. So, I absolutely hate doing things manually. Like a little oversight and boom, you're like messing up, right? So let's go back to, let me read the chat real quick. Let me get caught up in the chat. Then we shall read the second comment that I picked out, and then we will go from there, right? So let's see. Car says, can we get back to the point where it was broken and start from there? I honestly don't remember enough. Where it wasn't broken. That's where it wasn't broken and start from there. So, but here's the thing, right? So the thing with that, there was one stream that started up and it started up right like with no problems. And then the next stream with no changes, I started up again and it didn't start up. I'm like, what's going on here? So now I'm troubleshooting to see. I don't know. I suspect it's a load balancer thing or a permission type thing. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, so what I'm doing right now is let's even do it without any load balancers, without anything, and see what we get. Doing it that way, and if we get it there, then we can move on to the next step, the troubleshooting. To say, all right, let's try with the load balancer and see what is the, like, trying to figure out where the actual hole is, right? So that's what we're working on. Let's see. And your car asks, are the ports set correctly? And that was a good catch. But I know in Terraform the ports are set correctly, but I made a mistake on this. So let's see what we got. I don't know what Ferris is talking about here, but he says sus. Okay. And we got Trap and Slay in the building saying Happy Father's Day. Thank you so much, Trap and Slay. Thank you. Let's see. And Ferris says his cyber senses are tingling. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. If you can't find the URL, you definitely didn't set the port. It may be port 800 and it's set to the default port 80. So yeah, I need to get, so on the Docker container, it's on port 3000. But yeah, it was set to port 80 though. And it says load balancer domain wouldn't be able to access it. That is true. This is why AWS CLI is better than Azure. That's a fact though. Unless Azure comes to me and say, hey, we got some money for you. And be like, oh, really? You guys are the best.
Money.
We the best.
All right, let's see what else we got. All right. But I saw some stuff, but still, Team Blue. The Wealth Building Journey says manual repetitiveness equals inefficiency and prone to error because you can fat finger something and then it's a whole mess from there, right? Working on some web application vulnerabilities in a VM right now. Team Blue is to help Team Red. That's not an excuse. It says these youngins always have an excuse. I tell you. So it says, hey man, you say modulo, I say modulo. I'm stuck in my ways. He does it's modulo. It's just modulo, just modulo. Anyways, let's get to our second comment. From the video promoted by Mitch that was about boot camps. This is all Mitch's fault, right? This break session is all due to Mitch, right? So another comment that I got, right, says, I did a boot camp and I regret it so much. Everything started off easy and then it quickly got really hard and I was left in the dust. Then my grandma died, which has nothing to do with the boot camp. I'm sorry for your loss itself, but I had to skip days and they weren't very good at understanding that I had to attend a funeral and everything. Then I got the vid and then I missed too many days and I just basically stopped showing up. My imposter syndrome was really bad and I was super confused all the time with no extra help. It was data analytics, even though what I really wanted to do was software engineering. I'm currently doing 100 dev. It's free and I like this. I like it so far, but I'm also doing things on my own time like solo learn and stuff. So I hear these type of comments all the time. See, me, I don't really focus as much on like, because personal things are gonna happen. I can't really speak about like the policies of the boot camps and stuff like that. But what I always say is that when you are coming into something that you are totally foreign to, you gotta do your own research. There is nothing else but doing your own research and doing your own study. For me, like I like to learn stuff where I go all out. I don't know about doing an 8-hour stream on it. That might be a little too much for me. But I like to go all out. I like to figure it out. I like to investigate because I'm not a AWS. What do they call them? What are their titles? The AWS certification thing, AWS Solutions Architect. Yeah, AWS Solutions Architect or anything like that. I know how to navigate around it. I know how to do stuff. I've done Route 53. I've done load balancing. I've done all that stuff, Elastic Beanstalk, ECS, all that type of stuff, right? But I'm not an expert in AWS, but but all this stuff, I got some, it's using tutorials. And the thing is, it's like, for me, the most important thing, and this is the part that I don't think that, boot camps and these online courses, when they tell you in particular that, oh, if you do this, and this is my biggest problem, if you do this, this will happen. And that's going to happen is you will get a job making X amount of dollars. And then when you get an offer, it's a lot less than you were promised. And you're like, I don't know if I could do this, So I remember I was talking to somebody else one time and they said that like they were trying to get into QA. And they used to be a teacher. And one of the offers that they got was, they said, yeah, but it's less than I'm making as a teacher. I'm like, I don't know how long you've been a teacher for. I don't know how long you're making as a teacher. But depending on the role, depending on the location and stuff like that, sometimes you have to take a step back in order to take 100 steps forward. It's based on how much time you spend in one industry. Transitioning to another industry, you might have to take a step back. You might have to do 2 jobs. You might have to do Uber or something. Who knows? So what I'm saying is like, and here's the thing. I understand why they're not going to give you all the information, because if you make it sound hard, then people aren't going to want to do it, because tech is supposed to be so easy. Anybody can. Do you guys remember the time that? I believe it was our current president who said this, but it was like a long time ago, like before our current president was president, when they were asking about, okay, what are all these coal miners are going to do and stuff like that? And it's like, they can just learn to code. Yes, that guy said all the coal miners and whatever else they do in those areas, like they can just learn to code. I'm like, coding is hard. Tech is hard. Being able to map out an idea. Like me going with the Tech Barbarians for since September, building an app or building a web app, right? That's hard. I'm still struggling with the deployment right now, getting MongoDB with Atlas to connect to the application. It's not easy. So for me, like maybe because I tell the truth, I don't get that many people, but that's okay with me because I don't want people who are going to be like slacking. But I'm like, this is going to be hard. It's going to be a lot of hard work. If you're not ready to work hard, then don't sign up with me, because we're like, this is the plan, and if you don't do it, then you can go. Simple as that, So, but that was the comment that was the second comment that I got that was interesting. Some things in there, and plus, I'm going to say this. There's always 3 sides to a story. There's going to be the bootcamp side. There's going to be the person who's upset and regrets it. There's going to be the truth. The truth is usually somewhere in the middle in there, right? So just saying that. Anyways, let's get back. Let's finish up. Let's see what new comments we got. And then we're going to get back to our last segment of the show before we wrap it up for today, because I have a semi-hard stop at 5 p.m. Eastern time today, okay? So let's see what we've got in here. Let's see. So, Mitch is so petty. Mitch, you are so petty. Masi. Masi. That was so hilarious though. That was so hilarious. Mace. It says, I get blamed for everything. Not everything. And it says, so much great content comes from the butterfly effect. We call Mitch. Just saying. Not the future, not the funeral excuse. Then they stop showing up. Oh my God. That's why I was like, this one is a little shaky, right? This one's a little shaky. I like, they don't prepare you, but you know, I get you. That's why I was like, that's a little shaky, right? All right. So yeah, see, if you want to get on your cars, like to grind your car's gears, like you can't be on your 10th grandma dying and stuff like that. But I mean, getting around the time getting the virus and stuff like that. I don't know. It says, let's see. So it says, Ralph, been taking shots at Ferris all stream. You see how we put you youngins in timeout. So Ferris says, my feelings. Aww. Just like that. My feelings. Let's see. Oh my God. You see that now your car is up. Now he's like, what? Excuses. You see, one way to get your car riled up is start making excuses, all right? And a public service announcement. I'm going to do this right now.
Message.
The world doesn't give a about your feelings. This isn't at Ferris. This is a bag chaser methodology. So with that being said, we're going to...
Message.
I agree 1,000%. And Antonio Watkins says, Uber gang. So, and here's the thing, like, and I'm gonna make a comment on this, right? If you want to get somewhere, and if you have to take that step back, then if you take this step back, but in 3, 5, 10 years, it's going to be so much more better for you, but you need to like do something to compensate. Like one of my guys, Operation Tech Takeover, that guy works like crazy. Like he works like crazy but he's like always studying, always working. You know, he's probably putting in like 15, 16-hour days between the studying and the working and the driving that he has to do. You know, so do what you have to do to get to where you want to be. Work hard now so you can relax a little bit, just a little bit later. You know, a lot of times we want to relax when we're young, and then now when we're old, it's like, oh my God, I'm not ready to have to work more. I'm like, work hard when you are just always work. For me, always work hard, but you know, work hard in the beginning so that you can start relaxing a little bit in the future, right? Your car says, I can't stand the victim syndrome. We get it out of the mud, overcome adversity. Anything else is an excuse. Okay. See, let them know. Get the bag, Antonio Watkins. You know. I do agree to a point. You and Ralph don't agree what I think. I'm gonna make sure I put that one on. All right, let's see. And he first be trying to play us, right? He says, we know you're not that sensitive. You used to pimp people for artwork. All the stories are coming out. All of the stories are coming out. And Barrett says, I'm a changed man, though. I'm a changed man. See? Software. All right. It says, bitches, that's why people love getting new jobs, because your family members are alive again. Actually, that is a good... See, Mitch, I understand that my jokes might be trash, your Carson jokes might be trash, but that was a good one. That was a good one. I had to process. I'm like, what does he mean? That's terrible. That was terrible. That was terrible. Oh my. That was a good one. See, I love good internet Mitch. Bad internet Mitch, not so much. But good internet Mitch, that like, he is on point. All right, let's get to our last one. See what's going on because I'm ready to wrap it up. This ECS thing, I might just give it call it a break on Fargate and stick with what do you call the other one? Elastic Beanstalk because it's not too expensive. So let's go with the last one. All right.
Let's go!
So let's check both clusters to see what's going on. This whole ECS thing has been a cluster, right? So we have both of them running. Let's go into zero pending. Let's go into the manual one first. And one task is running. Did your car save the day? So I'm going to click into the service. And it still says two failed. But the thing is, stuff is happening on there. That's the thing that I don't understand. Let me see. On port 80, targets. The task is still running. Logs. I'm not worried about those logs. Deployments. Deregistered. Service. Port 80 is unhealthy in the target group due to health check failed. Deregistered. So let me go check the other. Let me just open another window for this. Let's go to here. We go here. Logs. There's no errors on this one. Deployment has reached a steady state, which is good. Let me see. Logs, deployment, events. Now, can I see it though? You know, that's my only issue is how can I see it? Where is that article that we're looking at earlier? So if you're set up load balancer, you can access your containerized application using the load balancer DNS. I should be able to see it without the load balancer though. Let's see. Task, infrastructure, metrics, schedule tasks. I don't see here. That's a good question. Let's check out the target. But your cart, is it possible to see the cluster or is it possible to see the one that doesn't have a load balancer, or is it required to have a load balancer to see it? All right, let's see. Oh, you know what? I know how to see it. I just remembered. Let's see. Turn on. I need the IP. That's what I need. Oh, where do I find that IP though? Let's see. Now I remember because it's with the IP. I think it's the IP I should be using to see it, but I don't see the IP. So auto assign public IP. DNS names, load balancers. Let me go. So while we're here, let's go here. So this is under the service, right? So service network configuration. Here, open that. So 502 back gateway. So 502 bad gateway. All right. So we can't see it without the load balancer. So 502 bad gateway. What does 502 bad gateway mean? Let me see. Oops. So 502 bad gateway. So let's check. Let me see. We are not secure. Okay, that's fine. So let's go to the you need to sync your nodes if you are not going to use a load balancer. Let's try to, let me see. Let's go. Let me close some tabs out. Let's go here. Let's go here, and let's go to this load balancer here. And let's go here. Check this target group. Two targets. Draining. Let me see. This is why I don't do networking. Let's see. Because I know the application works, but getting this whole thing networked, it's a pain in the security group. Let's see what we got on the security group. We have inbound 3,000. 80, 3,000. Outbound rules, all traffic. 3,000. I just when I read your comment, I'm like, yeah, I don't do networking because too many permission issues. I just stick to myself. Let's see here. Let me see. Listener, go here. What the? Or to target? Am I going back to the target group? Let's try one more thing, right? So let's go to load balancers again. Load balancers. I think this is the load balancer for, let's compare load balancers. Oh no, not like that. This is probably the load balancer for the Elastic Beanstalk deployment. Let's see. So we have 443, we have 80. Where's the target group? Let's take a look at this target group. And if we're looking at this, what is this? Launch June 9th. PPQ quotes app. Let me see. What is about this one that posted zone February 18th? Is that when we set up Elastic Beanstalk? I don't think so. I don't know. I'm confused. Let's see. We have this network map. We have these resource map, listener, forward to target group. So the target itself is unhealthy. Wait, should this be port 3000? Is the target group supposed to be port 3000? Let me see. Maybe that's where I'm messing up. It's on the target. Because listening for port 80, forward to target group, ECSPPQ, manual service. Let me see. Target group. I don't know what I'm looking at now. Let's go back out of here. Listeners and rules. Listening on port 80. That's coming in. And then we go to resource map, target group. What is the target? What is the target on what is the target on so each target group is used to route requests to one or more registered targets. When you create each listener rule, you specify a target group and condition. When a rule condition is met, traffic is forwarded to the corresponding target group. Let's see what that means. I'm trying to, because what I'm trying to figure out is, you have the inside of the application. The application is exposed on port 3000. Should the target group be trying to hit port 3000 on the application? That's the part that I'm a little confused about. So let me see. I wonder if they spoke about that in the article. So launch, let me see. Option you see, they didn't really get into that. So set up ECS with load balancer. Let me see. I'm wondering. All right, so target groups, host and container port should be the same. Host and container port. Registered targets. I mean, it created a brand new, let me see. I don't know. So I don't know. I have an idea. Well, do I? I don't know. I have an idea. So let's go and look at this code over here. Let me see. No, not that code, but close all. And let's look at let's look at probably this one. And let me see how we set up the load balancing on here. Because the load balancing should be very similar to, let me see. Actually, I think Elastic Beanstalk automatically creates the load balancer, maybe. Listener enabled, port 443, default. Certificate stuff. The output. Provider, code pipelines, secrets, ACM. Nope, not in here. But where does it? All right, so that means that we go look into. So now we're digging for we're digging for configuration. All right, so let's go use this one. Beanstalk. Elastic Beanstalk. And all ports should say. So would the what could you do the load balancer without without a secure port? Like just on, or is it required to use a secure port now? Because I've been able to use like port 443 before. I mean port 80 before. Let me see here. Port 80. Let's go to Elastic Beanstalk. Let's look at configuration. And let's look at networking. Make sure there's no information here. Let me see. Load balanced. Data. Oh God. Let's see. That's not what we're looking for. Let me see here. Not this. Oops. Go here. I don't know. I should have got an IP for this. Let me see something. Load balancing. Load balancing. Slash definition. 2. JSON. Container port. What is the AWS task definition? Container port versus host port. Container port is a port where the application inside the container is running. The host port is the port on the host node network interface that this container is mapped to. Can you use that in a sentence, please? right, so I found, I've asked for a container port, host port. Which one is used by the web application internally, and which one is used by the outside of Docker for accessing this page? Container port is the port that the container exposes. Host port is the port where you want to map. The host port is the port you want to map it on your host. You can use the same port. Okay. So
Lunch break. Lunch break.
So that is also a problem then. Let's say we create another revision. So where do they talk about the host port though? Container port. Add port mapping to allow the container to access ports on the host to send or receive traffic. Cancel that. Host port 80. Boom. Change it. See, I like code, right? I like code. So let's go with code and let's change it here. And let me send a text real quick. See. We have a little bit more time. All right, let's see. We got this. Let's create that. So they have to match. Okay. All right. So if they have to match, then cool. So in that case, let's go back to clusters. Let's go back to this. Let's go back to service. Oh, that's the no load balancer one. I want the one with the load balancer. Did service, load balance. There. Let's do this. Let's go here. Create a new service. Let's go here, here. PPQ manual. Revision 2. PPQ. Let's see. Networking. That stays the same. Load balance. Application load balancer. The container and port to load balance the incoming traffic to. Create a new listener on port 80. Specify whether to create a new target or choose an existing one that the load balance will use to route requests to the task of your service. I think that might be it right here. Host port, container port. Whatever. Let's see. Last try. That don't work, then calling it a day. But in the meantime, while this is running, let's go and check out the comments. Services. All right, services is working. Let me stop the first service though. Let's stop that service though. Stop all. Ferris, your cart taught the job, all right? Your cart taught the job. Let's see, you got that. See, like stuff is happening because I see memory usage, CPU and stuff like that, but it's just the networking part of it that's not connecting, you know. But we'll figure it out. We shall figure it out at some point in our lifetime. Maybe I'll stream in the middle of the day on Wednesday. Maybe not. Maybe not. Who knows? Who knows, right? Let's see here. Cluster. This service, should we get another one? No task. Whatever. It should be able to be deleted. Whatever. Anyways, while that's happening, I'm gonna read the well. Let me see how far are we. I'm gonna read a third comment, a dissenting comment, actually, from the video sponsored by Mitch, right? Sponsored by Mitch. So this dissenting comment, right, says, I disagree. They also have courses on GitHub, data structures, and algorithms. You need to do your own projects after the bootcamp. So I'm not entirely sure if this was, I should check, because I'm not sure if that was in response to the previous comment. But let me see. Let me see, where did that one come into? No, so they just disagreed with me, apparently. So I'm not saying that boot camps don't have courses on GitHub and data structures and algorithms, but I guess it depends on what, and not all boot camps are created equally as well. Here's the thing. I've come across a lot of people who don't know who've graduated from boot camps, who don't know how to open a basic pull request, how to approve it, how to navigate through Git, how to switch and stuff like that. Are all boot camps created equally? No. But if that was the case, I would say that it would be a less painstaking to navigate. You know, you'd have a better resume and stuff like that. You need to do projects after the boot camp. When you were signing up, whoever signed up for a boot camp, when you're signing up, did they say that you're going to need to learn the ins and outs of GitHub, the ins and outs of data structures, and data structures and algorithms? Like that's part of software engineering. Like Ferris, in what he's in his 100 Days of Python course, in the first week, he's already like figuring out some different data structures and algorithms and stuff like that, because they're saying, I need you to figure this out. But what I always say, and what I spoke about in the video as well, is the amount of work that it takes, the getting familiar with Jira, getting familiar with GitHub, getting familiar with the agile methodologies. Shout out to Yakar and Agile. All those different things come along with it. Knowing how to work within a team. And I don't think working on fake projects, if it's for QA, working on like some random fake e-commerce site and writing useless test cases is going to get you there. I agree that you need to do your own projects after you do the boot camp. Did the boot camp tell you that though? And what kind of project would you work on? Are they giving you ideas for the projects that you need to work on? And that's what I mean. It's not the like I always say, the information that they're teaching you on how to like get started and stuff like that, it's great, but it's not enough. It's not enough for them to tell you that with this, if you do this program right here for 6 weeks, for 6 months, whatever, you are going to get a job making $150,000 a year. I don't believe it. There is nothing that you can say or do that's going to convince me of that. That going to a program for 6 months is going to make you 2 or 3 times the amount of money someone who went to college for 4 years. Not saying that their education is that much better in college, because a lot of times you come out of college, you don't know how to write unit tests, you don't know how to use GitHub and stuff like that. But a 4-year education, like learning how to do C++ and Python and Java and whatever other stuff that they do in college, and they come out, they're making like $65,000, $70,000 a year, but your 6 months of boot camp and everything like that, that's supposed to start you at $150,000 a year. And then you go on LinkedIn and boot camp grad after boot camp grad after boot camp grad is saying that they're not getting any interviews. They're having trouble with elite code. Or what's the name of the other one that you were talking about, Ferris? I forgot the name of that one, right? I say that what they market to you, they don't adequately prepare you for what is to come. That's my thoughts. That is my thoughts. All right. So before we're going to wrap it up very soon. I'm going to go back to the chat, or going to go to the chat, but this thing is done. Let me get this off the screen. Why is this on the screen? Cool. This is done. I don't know what's going on here. So let's see if we go back to cluster. This whole show has been a cluster. All right. Go here. What do we got? We got 2 services. So this one is one of one, maybe. Maybe. Let's see. So delete the service. Let's see. Can I delete this yet? I don't know. Let's see, delete. No, all right, whatever. So I'll figure out how to delete that later. But this one is up. No errors. No errors. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, right? So if we go to, let me get this off the screen. We're looking good so far. We're looking good. We are in the service. Let's go to deployments, maybe. Ready state. Let's see. So task. Where did I find this last time? So never forget. Okay. So the moment of truth, Yakar. The moment of truth. Oh, Puerto Rico. Oh.
Oh, yeah!
So that's up. So the issue then was, what did I do? Yakar, what did I do? I don't even remember what I did. So when I created the service and I mapped let me go back to create service real quick, just so I can see what I did. And then I can compare that to the other stuff, right? So let's see. Let me see. Let me go back to create another service just so I can see what I did. I'm not going to create the actual service. I just want to see what I did. We're here. We are here. And we were under, so if we create, all right, go here. And we were under load balancing. And we said we wanted an application load balancer. And we said create a new one. And we had this to this. Created a new listener on port 80. So, all right. So let me go check this listener then, because maybe I just need to create a new cluster or something? I don't know. I'm confused. I mean, maybe I need to create a new service. Maybe I need to create a new service. I don't know. Let me go and check out this. Because I think the only difference that I did, I just recreate. I don't remember putting the here. We have the HTTP, listen on port 80. Target. The target is healthy. I have this task. And we're getting data. We are getting data, so that's good. I'm just not entirely sure. Not entirely sure what the let me check the target before we wrap it up. So port 3000. That's what it is. The registered target is the issue. Because if we compare it over here, that's what it is. Boom. There we go. There we go. That's what your car was saying. Got it. See? Your car. I don't know what I'd do without you, man.
I appreciate you.
So because this was on port 80 and this is on port and we need to actually be connecting to port 3000 into the application. That's what I was saying earlier, but then I was like, I don't know how to change the target port from over here, because if I was to register a target, then it has me doing all this weird stuff. And then I have to do like 3000 over here, and I don't know. This is weird. But we're good. We are good for today. So what that means then, next week, we're going, so this is the plan for next week, right? So it's now that we figured out how to do it manually, and we know that the registered target is probably where the issue lies. Next week, when we do our Terraform we're going to start the Terraform, and then we're going to investigate looking at what we did in, we're going to look at for that target port to make sure that the registered target is on port 3000 and not on port 80, right? We can actually take a quick look right now. You guys want to take a quick peek? Let's take a quick peek. Let's take a quick peek to see if that's the error that we have. And if that is, then next week we should be able to get through that very, very quickly. And then we can actually run our real test to compare the two. Because I am all about saving some money. All right, so if we go back over here, or here. So let me see if we have a, I don't know. So this is the network. Where is the load balancer? All right, so load balancer, and we have 443 target group HTTPS. Target group HTTPS. See, we might be onto something here. So we got all this. This something has to say the port 3000. Let me see. Where does it do the register? Well, that's going to be a good troubleshooting experience next week, troubleshooting our Terraform, because what I'm seeing here is that in our load balancer, I don't see where it's saying the port 3000. Let me see. Let me look over here. So targets. We have a target group. This is port 443. So let me take a quick look at the target group over here. 2, 1. The target group is port 80. But when we we have to register that target to port. So I don't see a target registered here. So That might have to be. That might have something to do with it. Traffic HTTPS port. Well, we'll look into it. But we ended the show with a bang. All right. Let me check out the chat before we wrap it up. All right. So let's see. I'm just gonna go from the last to, or from the earliest, and then we're just gonna go all the way down. All right. So your car had, so, and I was like, reading your car's chats in between so that we can figure it out. Let me see. So the port should say 443. So, and about that, right? About the port being 443, on the Terraform stuff, everything is pointed to port 443. We have our Amazon certificate installed and everything. So I think next week we should be able to figure out to see why exactly we're having that little hiccup right there. So now that we know what we did manually and that port 3000 is in the register target, we can look for that when we start it up to make sure that it's also on port 3000 and try to figure that out. So more troubleshooting next week. So Ferris asked your car, did he learn everything on the job? And your car answered, no kidding. I literally learned was bootloader was on my G1 phone and never stopped learning on my own. I know what I know because I keep learning every single day. No job can make you that way. That is a fact, though. I told the story the other day. Like, because I wanted to play some video game on this old computer that we had, I changed the graphics card so I could I think it was so I could play like NBA Live or something on the computer. Let's see, Buffetology. All right. What a bootloader. Gotcha. Let's see. And Mitch agrees with your car. And Ferris says, that makes sense. I appreciate the insights. So the way I've been doing it is learn to get the job, get an idea of things, and then go home and grind, push it to the limit, then get a new job, repeat. But remember, Ferris, somebody told you that you can't have this endless grind, like you have this endless grind and they just wanted some of your attention and you and your endless grind,
Bruh.
Don't give up that endless grind for anything, Ferris.
Let's get it.
All right. Let's see. Is that efficient or a better way of doing it? I don't see anything really wrong with it because at the end of the day, you're learning and you're building more skills and you're being more versatile so that you are able to pivot, you're able to adapt. So I'm with it. Yeah, I'm with it. For now, I'm with it. Let's see. So bitches, I was telling you a lot of people learn on the job once they get in. Nothing like real work experience. You get to meet different people in different departments, but you have to reach out. Yep. That's why I say you got to get your foot in the door. Even like I say, whatever you can do to get your foot in the door, even if you have to work some extra jobs, but getting in the door and then now see, it's a lot easier to network when you are inside the building than when instead. So 2 networking strategies, right? You can find a way to get inside the building and then go up from there. Or you can be standing outside the door and trying to network with people and trying to hopefully someone will listen to you, right? I'd rather get inside and then connect and build from there, right? So that's my idea for networking. It says you're learning skills for you, not them. That's a fact.
Message.
First, yes, for me, I'm using the job as a springboard to network and find examples of real life situations, then pivot while I'm at home. Love it. Right? It says, first is nice. I will double down. Put your foot down. Ferris. All right? Let's go for it. And it says, you can get 2 jobs for $75K each, and that's your $150. Why can't I do 5 of them? Just saying. Why not 5, right? Why not 5? And your car says, we should all have a pet project. That pet project should lead you into a network of like-minded people. You build and grow from there, even if you succeed at your own project. That is 100% fact. And I'll tell you a quick story real quick, right? How I got into working with your car. because I saw your car was one of the top moderators on the Millionaire Morning Show, right, with Anton Daniels. And I was gonna do a agile thing in the Discord, but the person who was moderating the Discord at the time, they had to like take a step back because they had to do some stuff for work, and we didn't have there was nobody to like moderate the Discord. And I'm like, hey, your car has to be a moderator. He's like, no, I have to be nominated. I'm like, all right, cool. So I got him the top super moderator in the Discord. And I'm like, all right, cool. Let's do an agile training. And then since then, we've been doing agile training since March, I believe. And we were about to expand it because, anyway, we're gonna expand it. I'm just saying that we're gonna expand it. So, and we're gonna be doing another one this Saturday. We're gonna have some fun. So from there, like we just started working and bouncing ideas off of each other, and we're cool that way. We are cool that way. And so Neat Code, yeah, that's the name, Neat Code. As Mitch would say, no free promos. Says, can we be real for a second? All right. So Mitch wants to be real. A lot of these people, these amounts are making affiliate pay, plus their job, plus their marketing, etc. This isn't what they are telling you. Plus, they have side consultant jobs. Ooh.
Message.
Mitch is coming with the fire. And then they set up their own boot camp, and they charge whatever for it. They get about 100 people. Let's say you get 100 people in your boot camp. You charge $1,000 for it. How much is that? You do the math, right? All right. So let's see what else we got. See, Mitch be dropping bars. All right. So let's see. Says so. They are making it seem like it all comes from from a W-2, but they are bunching all of these pay together, saying it's their tech salary, which is truth, but it's only a half truth. Says you made the port you were listening for also be the port that you were giving permission to. Got it. So okay, so it's when I was doing the that configuration. And I said instead of saying port 80, when I said the port to listen to, make it port 3000. Got it. Okay, cool. I have to double. So we'll look at that in the Terraform next week. And let's see. So Mitch says, Ralph has a bootcamp. I get paid $100 for everyone that uses my link. So just off that, I make 5 to 10K a month. But I'm saying I'm making 50K a month is just wild off of just off W2. Hey. You know what it is. We know what's going on. And it says that's what grinds my gears. You see? That's why I gave you this. Okay, cool. That I wasn't 100% sure about that, but God, sometimes reading from the chat trying to figure it out, it's not the easiest thing to do, but we ended up with the right result. Let's see. Says, yes, there are some W-2s that do pay 600K to 1 million. Plus, I know, but a lot of that is sales type roles, salary plus commission. It's not saying that it doesn't exist. Is that what you're going to get 6 months in? And the answer is no. The answer is no, right? So it's gonna take some time. Unless you're working for Google, which even this guy working at Google, 300K, right? So now, if you're in security and cybersecurity and stuff like that, depending on your role, maybe it's possible. Ferris says endless grind. See, Ferris, I'm not even gonna say it. This is a professional text stream, all right? We're gonna be professional here, even if I'm wearing all black. We're going to be professional, okay? And your car said facts, and Ferris said this Saturday, right? Yes, this Saturday we're going to be back at it again. We're going to be writing a user story. So I'm going to be bringing in my Patreon members as well because we're getting a little bit more technical. So, we're going to bring them in and we're going to have some fun. All right. And Mitch says no free promos. All right. So that is it for tonight. Thank you guys so much for rocking with me it's always at the end, right? It's always at the end. It's like neck and neck. And then you got to hit a 3 like Dame Lillard did over the OKC Thunder when he defeated, who was with him that day? Was it Kevin Durant and who was on the team with him? Was it OKC or was it the Rockets? I don't know. Dame Lillard, he hit a 3 over somebody from like the logo, and it was like it was over Paul George. It was over Paul George when he was in OKC, right? Mitch? Am I wrong? It was over Paul George in OKC, right? Anyways, so your car says we are getting a lot more technical, so bring in the tech savages. Calling all tech savages, either whether you're in the bag chasers or you're in the tech savages group with me. We're inviting you this coming Saturday, all right? And I might make Mitch an honorary member. I don't know. So let's see. So did you say Lillard because he is shorter than Curry? Mitch, you know what? Go fix your internet, Mitch. Go fix your internet, all right? I'm out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. The question of the night, as always.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Entertained, educated, all of that good stuff. And you guys know yesterday's price is not today's price. Today's price is certainly not tomorrow's price. Because
one more thing. Price of the brick going up.
The price of the brick is always going up. We are going to be live tomorrow morning, and then remember we have candid conversations in the afternoon. It's going to be a really good one. Really good one, all right? So with that said, I'm out of here. Thank you, The Wealth Building Journey. Thank you, Yakar. Thank you, Mitch. Thank you, Trap and Slay. Thank you, Ferris. Thank you, Antonio Watkins. Everyone who tuned in. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate you guys. You guys have a wonderful Sunday evening. And once again, happy Father's Day to you all. Take care and be blessed. We are out.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts. Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again. Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
You should know your role and shut your mouth.